Okay, so we're back with our night 2 review. Bit of a better one.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy with how this has gone.
Yeah, no, I was not expecting it to be as good as it was. I think there were
Me
like,
either.
I'm not really looking at anything online today or anything, but like the little bits that I have seen seem to be people raving about it, which
Yeah.
I haven't seen about a WWE show in a long time.
Our expectations were low.
They're pretty low.
Yeah, but it exceeded them, for sure. Shall we just get straight in with
We
our
get into
first
the
review?
Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor match.
Well,
Hang on a second, because this is where like this they kind of set the tone here.
They did.
Because this was awesome. It was really cool because I would have probably been happy with Gunther just being added. Do you know what I mean? Like when you were actually up getting a drink at the time, and I remember calling you over. I was like, Richard. I was like, Ranking go. I was like, oh my god, something's happening. Like all this is coming out.
That shiner he has in his eye as well.
That was a good black eye. But yeah, when he added Gunther, because I love Gunther, so I was like, okay, cool. This is how we're doing it. This is how we're establishing that Nick and Gunther don't have any more animosity on the show or anything. Like, cool, good start. And then when he was like, because you then went back to finish making your drink, and then all of a sudden Nick Aldis was like, one more thing, and I was like, oh my god, something's happening. And I remember saying to you, I was like, is it going to have an or not?
Yeah.
I don't know if you picked up on that at the time.
I did, but I didn't know what you were saying.
I thought it was either going to be Randy or KO. So I knew we were going to see KO or RKO. So I was like, is there going to be an or not?
Oh, that's what you meant.
Yeah,
okay.
see, I didn't want to give the game away because I knew... I didn't think you would pick up on it straight away. So I thought by the time you picked up on what I said, it would have, shouldn't... I didn't expect it to be 16 hours later while we're starting a podcast that you actually picked up on it. I gave you too much credit.
Something said, not right.
But yes, having how I was so happy. Like,
So
we
was
both
I.
were, but I'm fairly certain. I think you said at the time,
Yeah.
we were worried the guards were going to be called on us.
Yeah, because we were screaming.
We were loud. We were happy. And spoiler alert, there were a couple of times in this show where we thought the guards might be called because we were happy. We'll get to that later, but match was great. KO was going for it. He was not holding back. Those swantons he was hitting. He hit a swanton to the outside that I shit my pants on.
Yeah, I was like, geez, you're just back, but he did not miss a beat.
He did not miss a beat.
Great.
He looked so good that he ended up winning the match.
Oh, as soon as I saw he was back, he's winning. I immediately thought
I wasn't
that.
sure.
Oh, no. There was with that kind of pop, they're going to have him win.
Yeah.
Now, I felt for Finn because I wanted it for Finn so bad.
At least Finn didn't need the pin.
At least he didn't need the pin.
So,
That's true.
we could go into
Who
a
did eat the pin?
Sammy.
Oh, yeah.
But
Sammy was losing his mind.
Sammy
he
was
was
losing
just
his mind.
stood there for a good few minutes after the match had already started, just with his mouth hanging open,
Can I just say, because there's times when WWE do things where it feels repetitive or it feels like you've done that a bit too much on the show. But
Yeah.
I can't remember did later on with Seth and Roman did this happen or was it just the Shield touch? But Sammy and Kevin at the end, was it after the match? Were they hugged?
That was during the match.
It was during the match. It was when they cleared out the ring.
Yes.
Yes,
so
they cleared out the
facing
ring.
each other,
And then they started...
hugged, and then they started hitting each other.
That was... I legitimately teared up a little bit when I saw
Yeah,
that.
that was so
I was
nice.
really happy.
Yeah.
Because for one, I didn't want the two of them to just start kicking crap out of each other. We know the lore of Sammy and Kevin. We know El Generico and Kevin Steen. We know everything they've done in the indies and everything together. You know, let's always acknowledge stuff like that. Let's not try and...
And let's also acknowledge your fantasy book, because you did say Kevin Owens would come back, but he did come back, but not in the way you had predicted.
Well, however, yes, he did not come back in the way I predicted, but I did say that coming out of SummerSlam, obviously with my pitch, it would have happened all in one fell swoop. But coming out of SummerSlam, I said that Randy Orton will be going into a program with Cody Rhodes, and Kevin Owens will be going into a program with CM Punk. And that is exactly what's happened. But just in different ways. And you know what? I told WWE to do it better. Feel like mine was just as good, but theirs, it was on par. Like, if you listen back to our night one predictions video, you'll know what I mean. But I feel like my one would have had just as much of a hit to it. But the thing is, they brought back Kevin as a face. Like, Kevin is a face. Well, we don't really know what he is, but he clearly seems to be a face, which I'm cool with. The promos between Punk and Kevin would be wild, because Kevin might be a face, but Kevin is always he's very much a Brian Pillman style kind of loose cannon.
Yeah, like he's not really a face or a heel as in
he's Kevin Owens.
Conventionally thinking. But you know what I'm like curious to see now on Raw is how Sammy's going to react.
Okay, Sammy's on SmackDown.
I mean SmackDown. Sorry.
So you got to start remembering what shows these people are on.
God's sake. Okay, SmackDown. Okay, Jesus. Right. So I'm looking forward to SmackDown and Sammy's how Sammy's going to be, because obviously if it was just Gunter, he would have been like, oh my god, this is so unfair, this why me, bollocks that he's been doing. Well, not bollocks, but it's
great
good.
Bollocks.
It's good, but it's also irritating.
Whiny. It is. It's whiny bollocks, but it's good.
It's good. He does it well.
The character work is
but
great.
But what's he going to do here? Because obviously is he going to be happy for Kevin? Is he going to be mad? Is Kevin going to be on SmackDown?
Yes.
Okay, I'm assuming that. Was he always on SmackDown before, or? I can't remember.
Yeah, he was on SmackDown. Yep, he was on SmackDown originally before he left.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what their interaction backstage is going to be, or not even backstage, probably in the ring. But are they going to have an in-ring promo? Or are they going to do a backstage bit? But I'm curious to see what's going to happen there.
Well, Sammy's going to be super jealous. He's going to be really frustrated.
I think so.
He's going to fly off the handle, and I don't know. Like, I'm more interested in seeing what we do with Finn. Because Finn seems like he has momentum behind him. That crowd, when that crowd thought it was just Finn and Sammy, that crowd were getting behind Finn. Like, Finn cannot be blamed for Kevin Owens returning after 18 months and basically sucking all the energy into his comeback. That's to be expected. That's nothing to do with, like, the fans not wanting Finn. The fans still want Finn. We still want Finn. Mm-hmm. Like, we want Finn for something. Like have Kevin Owens go over on Punk and then have a Finn and Kevin Owens rivalry for the title in the build-up to Royal Rumble or something. Like, there's not a wrestling fan on the planet that'll say no to that. That sounds fantastic.
It does.
So we need to make sure that we keep the momentum with Finn going, but I am, like I said, I was getting emotional when I seen Kevin. I was getting emotional when he won the match. I said it to you, I'm so happy that he's back.
There were grown-ass men in the audience crying. Like, I mean, it was so good. And
I don't know if there were. I know they showed a couple of women crying.
I saw, like, a one man.
I know, I'm sure there was a bunch of men tearing up, but they didn't really focus on men crying. Like, they could have focused on our apartment and you might have seen one man crying. But yeah, no, I was, and I am still currently so happy. Like, this is the most excited I've been about SmackDown.
Yeah, same.
In months, if not over a year. No, this is the most excited I've been about SmackDown since Randy Orton obliterated Cody with that steel chair in the build-up to WrestleMania when he bloodied him up, smashed him in the head with the chair.
Yeah, what a disappointment that turned out to be.
Exactly,
though.
And we still thought we were getting heel Randy versus face Cody, and that was it before we got all the fucking TKO shite. But this is the most excited I've been, so hopefully they don't drop the ball with this.
Hopefully not, but look, we're excited, we're happy, let's ride that feeling. And let's then move on to the next match of the evening. Which
I call this motherfucking shit.
You did call it.
There's so many people mad.
So I was wrong on this one. I said Trick.
Well, we were both wrong on the first one, but we'll call that a null and void
because technically we were both wrong, but we did not know these other two people were going to be in the match.
You know what?
So.
I say we call it null and void, but no, we were just both wrong because at the same time, this is wrestling. We could have predicted it exactly. So we're both just wrong.
Yeah,
we got it wrong. Like I could have. Like, what would have been said if you had predicted, I think Kevin Owens is going to come back and they're going to put a triple threat. Like, do you get, like, triple the amount of credit? I feel like you should.
You should. If you predicted a 4-way with Gunter and Kevin Owens before this, like, you get extra credit.
Yeah, you do. You absolutely do. So we were wrong on the first one. We both had Finn, didn't we? No.
I had Finn, you had Sammy.
I had Sammy. I forgot who I picked because of everything that went on. I was like, who did I have? Kevin won, but... but yeah, so I obviously predicted Corbin for this. Corbin versus Trick. Wasn't a great match. It was fine. It just seemed very sluggish.
There was also one point where they just looked lost.
Yes.
And I was just like, what's happening?
They were lost.
Yeah, I didn't know who fucked up or if there was anyone who did, but it was just, yeah.
Yeah, somebody definitely fucked up. I feel like, I don't know, was it Yachty missed his spot? Yeah, it was the spot where he hit him with the kendo stick in the back. And what I think happened was the referee was facing middle hard cam, looking at the hard cam, but he was directly eye line into the hard cam. And Corbin was to his left and Trick was to his right. But Corbin needed him to turn slightly so that he was facing and more kind of checking on Trick so that Corbin could hit the ropes and Yachty could hit him with the kendo. Because if the referee sees him hit him with the kendo, the referee could have...
But at the same time, there's sometimes the ref is looking directly at them and they're like, oh, the ref didn't see it. You know what I mean?
No, there's never times like that. That's blatant lying.
I've seen that.
Oh, you have not seen that?
Okay, I have.
Well, okay, you need to point out a time because you're probably thinking of no disqualification matches because you're ridiculous. I don't think there's been a time where the referee's directly looking at it and somebody from the outside interferes with a kendo stick or a chair or an outright punch. Well, I've seen someone
pick up their leg and put it on a thing, and like the ref is literally looking in that direction.
Okay, so this is one of those baby brain, wrestling brain things that we're coming back to with you, okay? Where when it comes to something like that, where it's pulling at the leg, putting the leg up on the rope, that's illegal interference from the outside, and that doesn't warrant a disqualification. That warrants the person on the outside getting thrown out.
But I've seen them where they act like they hadn't seen it, though.
Yeah, because that's... Yes, I know.
Okay, that's what I mean.
That's fair, but at the same time, you wouldn't see a spot like that with a chair shot or with a kendo stick.
Okay, all right, fair.
You can kind of let it go by when it's a foot on the rope or a tug of the leg to distract, but when it's outright...
Or when you pick up steel steps and throw it at someone.
Oh, we're talking about Roman and Punk at WrestleMania? Or when we pick up a barrier thing and smash them in the ribs, where Seth did to Roman in this match tonight, which we will get to.
Up to the referee's discretion.
Yeah, the referee's discretion. I do like the referee discretion thing, though. I feel like some people won't like it, but at the same time, now when it comes to weapons, I don't like referee's discretion shouldn't be like, oh, I'm going to bounce a chair off your head. But when it comes to like a 10 count outside the ring, when it's a world title match at SummerSlam, yes, you should be allowed to be outside the ring for as long as whatever, like they did we'll get to it later, but like they did, I really enjoyed that, and they are taking that from somewhere where we are. But I
will say, though, okay, the 10 count, yes, I agree with you there. But if it is a no DQ and someone picks up steel steps...
Oh, do you mean there is DQs?
There is DQ. Like, it's a no DQ. It's a no DQ match.
Okay, continue.
Or is it DQ? What's it called?
Well, a no DQ match means anything goes.
Oh, no, the other one.
A regular match.
A regular match. I'm still new.
If you would like to join the booking team, hit subscribe. I'm sure you could do it better than Rekiko, who doesn't know what a no DQ match is. Do you know those no DQ matches where you get disqualified? No, I don't. This isn't WCW 2000. What are you talking about? Are you Vince Russo's daughter? You psycho bitch. Continuing on,
anyway, what I mean is, so when it's a regular match and there is, they pick up a steel chair or they hit with an object and we're like, are they not going to get disqualified and they just pretend they don't see it? If that's part of the match and you're going to do that, then just make it a no DQ. That's my argument there. But if the discretion with the 10 counts, that's fine. But the actual hitting each other with steel chairs and stuff like that, if you're gonna do that, then just make it a no DQ match.
But the problem with that is sometimes, like Seth and Roman later on in the night, which we're now talking about too much this early.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault. It's like I'm having to use it as an example. But with Seth and Roman from later on in the night, you don't want that being a no DQ match because for one, then it nullifies the point of the ref bump. It nullifies the point of Roman not using the chair later on in the match.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And it makes no sense then why they're not getting weapons earlier. That match really did just need...
Then don't do that part then.
But it worked though. It worked when they were on the outside. Look, yeah, you can say don't do it, and yeah, if they didn't do it, it wouldn't have taken away anything from it.
No,
It didn't really add that much either. but it didn't take away from it. I feel like the spot was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. Similar to Roman's spot with Punk at WrestleMania. It's one of those where logically it doesn't make a ton of sense, but also this is wrestling at the end of the day. Can we just suspend a little bit like because there's a lot of times when they ask us to suspend our belief too much, where it's like, no, you're asking too much now. You're not being coherent. You're not keeping right, like storyline wise. So when they do it to a point where it's like, okay, that's acceptable, let's just accept it. True. You know what I mean? Because I'm happy to accept that. There's things that I'm not happy with accepting, and I'm sure we'll find them over the months and years of us doing this podcast. I'm sure the rants will be wildly like numbersome of me ranting about shite that they do wrong. You know?
Oh yeah, because they will annoy us and disappoint us in the future, and we will talk about it.
Oh god, yeah. So Corbin winning this match, I think it's the right choice. I think he should win. Now we get to see Trick as a full-on babyface chasing that title again, and are the crowd going to stick with him? Was it a flash in the pan? I don't think it was. I think Trick is over. I think the crowd are going to stay with him. I think they're going to get even more behind him. I don't think we should be moving him into a world title scene. I don't like. Yeah. I feel like maybe you I feel like he's probably going to be in Money in the Bank. But
you think he's going to win it?
No, I don't. I don't know.
Depends on who else is in it with him.
Yes, but I don't know who's winning that now. I don't even want to throw out a guess now because I need to kind of
need to feel how things go.
The dust needs to settle from SummerSlam. Like for me, Penta. Like, let's see what Penta can do. I'm really behind giving Penta, especially because when would it make the most sense for Penta to be in a world title scene? When there's ladders involved. Like, the man's a high flyer. Like, he's one of those kind of... Like, he's a high-flying technical wrestler who can do mat stuff and all that, you know?
What if Seth wins it again?
Conniptions will be had. No, absolutely not. Like, Braun, maybe. Braun could... Like, that could be a real character rejuvenation
Braun
for him.
Would make sense.
Yeah, like, Oba, I don't even think should be in the match.
No.
Like, he already has his King of the Ring thing. I don't know if that's...
Is that like null and void now, or what happens
I think that might be what they're doing. I think it's the null and void. So
Shouldn't
I don't.
Be.
What?
So just because he decided to go up against Brock, he loses that opportunity. I don't think that's fair.
I don't think it's fair, but I think it was also his choice. Like, that's how they're kind of making it.
True.
So, but yeah, look. Speaking of ladders and Penta winning that, we'll move on to the women's interim ladder match because this was, calm down. This was one of those where the guard should have been called on us because they would have thought that you were either being murdered or something was going on, because there was multiple times throughout this match. Like, look, this match started. I made my pick yesterday. I said Charlotte. Mm-hmm. I would have put a considerable amount of money that Charlotte would have won this. Mm-hmm. If you would have told me in this match who is not winning, I would have said Lash Legend and Chelsea Green. They're the two that I'm saying.
I had a feeling. I really did have a feeling.
You did, and you did, but like, do you know what? I really let you take this from here because this is your girl.
Yeah.
This is your, like, you've been invested in her since we started watching wrestling together now almost 2 years ago. You have been in on Chelsea, whether she's a heel, whether she's a face, whether she's whatever. You've loved her.
Yeah,
she has been to you what Killer Cross is to me.
Yeah. And
people like that, you know, like, she's that for you. She's your character. She's your, you know, like, and to see that happen, like, I'll be honest, I was genuine. I was so happy for you.
Yeah.
Because I seen you got really emotional. And that's the cool thing that wrestling does. Yeah. I love it. Because I got to have that moment at the start of the night with KO.
Yeah.
But then you got to have that multiplied by 10 because, like, KO has always kind of been at the top of the pecking order. He's always been kind of in and around that world title scene. Like, it was only last year in January where we were seeing KO against Cody at the Royal Rumble for the title.
Yeah.
You know, so he's been in those opportunities. He's been the world champion. He's been in these storylines. Chelsea has been constantly denied.
Chelsea's been the underdog, and she's been the underdog for so long as well, because I'm just like, I see her do so well, and all she seems to be have been doing in the past is upping other wrestlers around her. She's like, cause she's so good
consistently.
She boosts other people. And I was like, when is she going to get her boost? Like, she deserves it. And then also, if you add in the like, you know, her fandoms are really behind her. Then you add in the Unreal aspect with Michael Hayes saying that, you know, she is just there to boost up everyone.
She'll never be any more than what she is. All she is just to build other people up, which is a ridiculous statement to say.
It is a ridiculous thing to say. And it also, if you pigeonhole people and put them and say that's all they're ever going to be, that is all they're ever going to be, because that's all you can see. Yeah. If it's like, your whole job is to see potential and to see what people are capable in the future. If you can't see that, you shouldn't have this job. Like, get fucked, right? Yeah. So I was watching the ladder match. Like, my fucking heart was in my throat for most of it, because I was like, oh geez, because I think ladder matches do that anyway.
Yes,
because they are very like, oh god, an accident or an injury could happen at any moment. But I do think it was a good match. But I thought how they did it for Chelsea in the end was like choreographed so well.
It was very well done.
So her being caught in the ladder,
we thought she had it there.
Yeah,
and the crowd did too, because the crowd were behind Chelsea. Like, can I also point out that they did Tiffany dirty, because putting Tiffany in a match like this, like, well, what were you expecting? Yeah, she's a hometown girl, but she should have had her own storyline defending her own title in the build up to SummerSlam. She shouldn't have been put into a ladder match with 4 other women where what is she expected to do there?
Yeah,
like,
but you pointed this out though. She's from Minneapolis, and
the crowd were dead.
No, the crowd barely fucking reacted. And I'm just like, this is your home girl, and you're like, barely give a shit
because she came out. Because there were other people in the match that they wanted to invest in more.
Chelsea got more of a reaction, and
the crowd were fully behind Chelsea.
So much. And so, like, they had her, she was in the bottom of the ladder, caught up.
Well, so like, she was climbing up. We both thought that she was going to win here, where she was climbing up, and that's when B-Fab and Meechin came out. And that's when they laid a beating on her, and then that's when she got hung up in the ladder.
Yeah.
So we kind of thought at that point, oh, she's out of it. You know, it seemed like one of those, I did anyway. I was kind of like, oh, crap. They're going to leave her hanging there. I wasn't expecting her to, like, Undertaker sit up.
I was hoping that that's what they were going to do, because I was like, if they do this right, it's going to be so cool.
Yeah.
But when everybody was like out and you could see the crowd like, come on Chelsea, and then she like wakes up and they're like, oh my god, she's getting it.
Once she sat up, we both realised.
Oh my god.
That's when we both started getting unbelievably excited, because we knew in that moment, we were like, she's winning. Oh my god, she's winning. And then she did, and it was just, it's beyond deserved for someone like Chelsea at this point.
Yeah.
Like, I was delighted for her.
Now
you were in tears.
I was.
So that was like because this was the third match of the night, and we had the KO moment, like everything with Nick Aldis introducing the 2 lads, phenomenal. Baron Corbin matching that. Not great, but not terrible either. You know, it wasn't like it was a snooze fest. It was, you know, okay, it was fine. And then this, which was again, boom, boosted up again. Like, it was phenomenal. And at this point, it kind of felt like, oh, we're on a good run here. Mm-hmm. This is a good show. Mm-hmm. Like, this so far is like, they're making good choices here.
Yeah.
You know, so we were like, oh, hello. They're starting to realize things. Like, maybe they're starting to change a little and think and realize, okay, these people deserve chances. Now, I really hope, because I said to you, Zack Ryder, he won his Intercontinental title at WrestleMania in a ladder match, and then the next night on Monday Night Raw, he lost it to The Miz.
Yeah.
I really hope that doesn't happen with Chelsea.
I really hope
Let's build Chelsea. And do you know what? I think we should build Chelsea versus Rhea. Now, nothing against Rhea, but Rhea's had multiple reigns now where it's kind of gone like this, where she has gotten injured, she has had to take a step back. It's not her fault, these things happen in wrestling, but there's momentum behind Chelsea right now. So let's see the pop for Rhea when she comes back. Let's see how it goes between Rhea and Chelsea in the ring and who the fans are getting behind. Mm-hmm. And if there's that swell of support for Chelsea, why don't we do a thing where Chelsea is terrified, where she's like, oh, I have to wrestle Rhea? Like, I forgot this was like, I thought I was the champion. Oh my god. And she's panicking and she's like, and we build up that match and there's no animosity between them, but Rhea's very much kind of dismissing her and being like, look, this is my title. This is the real championship. Once I win, that one's going in the bin. And this one is going to be back in its rightful place as the only women's championship. And Chelsea's just panicking about dying, you know? Yeah. And we build up to the match, build up that fear, Chelsea character work, have Rhea kind of have a little bit of fun, not being a heel, but being a confident, cocky babyface where she's a little she's just taking it for granted. I'm going, like, Chelsea, look, you're a great wrestler. You're not on my level kind of thing, you know? Simple as, I'm a multi-time women's world champion. I'm a WWE women's tag team champion. I've won the Royal Rumble. I've won a chamber, I believe. Like, she's won damn near everything at this point. So she's like, you enjoy your interim belt. You deserve it. You deserve all the praise you're getting right now. When I get my hands on you, that'll be all gone. And then the match happens, and all of a sudden the light just switches on for Chelsea. Like we've said in the past, and loads of people say it, but it is true. Chelsea has these amazing matches in the past, and against the likes of Penta, against the likes of like Michin in that dumpster match, and everything that she did to build that United States title. Chelsea can wrestle, like that ain't. There's no denying that. Chelsea is an amazing
wrestler, and honestly, if you had her win against Rhea, that would be insane.
That's what I would have.
Can I also point out, right? A lot of people have been saying online, why is it an interim belt? Why is it an interim belt? Because Rhea got injured. When Seth got injured, it didn't become an interim belt. No, it just became up for the taking.
The reason
why an interim belt in this case?
Because the reason why is because they expect Rhea to be back in the next couple of weeks. So they knew that Rhea wasn't going to be able to come back for SummerSlam, but they do believe that she'll be back for Money in the Bank, or she'll be back by the end of mid to late August. So they didn't want to take the belt off her fully. Whereas when Seth got injured, he was out for months. He was missing. Seth got injured in October, and they knew he was missing WrestleMania, which was next April. So he was out for more than 6 months. Rhea, her prognosis-wise, is like 6 to 8 weeks. So they want to keep the belt on her while putting an interim belt in.
I suppose it was right around the corner with SummerSlam. So that makes sense, I suppose. But yeah, a lot of people got mad about that, saying that it should have just been the belt.
No, I disagree. I understand what they're doing, and I don't mind it. I'm okay in situations like this. Now, Rhea could be more hurt than we think, and Chelsea could then be elevated to champion, not interim champion. I hope that's not the case. I hope she gets to earn that championship proper in a unification match, and she beats Rhea. I fully believe that you have Chelsea beat Rhea, because if you have Rhea beat Chelsea, you squash all of her momentum. You know, that's her momentum taken away. Whereas if Chelsea beats Rhea, you all of a sudden put a fire underneath it even more, and then we have like an oh my god, and Rhea can handle that loss.
Like if Jey Uso can choke out Gunter, then you can have Chelsea beat Rhea.
Chelsea beating Rhea is a lot more believable
exactly.
than Jey Uso
that's my point.
I know, that's a fair point. It's a good point to make.
It's like, so Chelsea is your new interim champion, and pledge your allegiance.
Yeah, I wonder how many human money she'll be getting paid now that she is the women's interim champion.
Lots of human money.
What a segue. Oh my god, he's segueing. He's segueing. So yeah, we move on now then to Dominic versus Danhausen. Look, these next two matches, we're not going to focus on too much. We're probably just going to skirt by them because we have the main event to get to, and they were good matches. They were fine. The one after this especially was very, like, it was a touching kind of moment.
Just aside, like, kind of give the props to the mini Danhausen that got absolutely thrown around that ring. Fair play to him.
There was multiple ones that got thrown around.
What was his name?
Oh, well, do you mean the one who did the wrestling?
Yeah.
That's El Torito.
El Torito.
He's a mini wrestler, so he is.
Very, very good.
He is. He's great. So he's wrestled multiple times in WWE.
I was like, with JD was like throwing that one down on the mat. I was like, oh my god, be careful, Jesus Christ.
Well, the thing is the El Torito wasn't even one of the ones who took those bumps.
Well, whoever took the bump, then
because he smashed the shite out of the scoop slam that he did to one of them. He tried to kill him, and then he choke slammed, I think, another one. Tried to kill him too. Like, the slam that he did on that mat, I was like, Jesus.
Did you know that Hornswoggle came down and got, like, dressed up as a Minniehausen and was serving ice cream?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Did you know about this?
What are you on about?
Hornswoggle was saying on a podcast he wants to be a Minniehausen.
Oh, so he said he wants to be. He didn't actually
He did.
do it.
He got painted up. He went down and he was serving ice cream.
Where the hell did you see
I
this?
saw it online.
You sure it's real?
Yeah.
Jeez, I didn't think. I mean,
I'm pretty sure it is Hornswoggle, or maybe I'm mixing. Is there another guy? There's not another like little person who
mini wrestler? No.
It is then. Yeah, Hornswoggle.
The only other one was El Torito, really.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to look that up now.
he's the one who doesn't like
He's the leprechaun.
Dinklage. He's the one who gives out about Dinklage a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, Hornswoggle. Yeah, he got painted up as a Minniehausen and went down and served ice cream.
Yeah, he's the one who played a leprechaun for years because Vince is an idiot.
Yeah.
Um.
Wasn't he like Vince's son or something?
Yeah. Can we not?
Okay.
So back to Danhausen versus Dominic in a human monies and a pole match. It was fine.
It was fine.
Like the Danhausen bits, the Minniehausen bits was grand. Joe Hendry coming out was like, I was kind of annoyed at myself because I didn't actually expect it, because I have wiped my memory clean Men in Black style of that segment from Monday.
Because it was god awful.
The only thing then when I seen Joe Hendry, yeah, god awful is the only word for it. But when I seen Joe Hendry, I was like, oh, I really hope Ryan Garcia doesn't get involved here. Like, let's leave this idiot out of it. But yeah, like Danhausen wins. Turns out if Dominic had won, he would have just won a bunch of Danhausen monies with like $1 trillion bucks. And
There were some $1 bills in
yeah,
there.
$1 bills. Like, Jesus. But yeah, so okay, like the match was fine. It was grand. It was there. It was that filler match. It was a comedy match. It did its job. It was good. Dominic deserves better. Last year's SummerSlam, Dominic Mysterio defended his Intercontinental title against AJ Styles. This year, he's losing a human monies on a pole match to Danhausen.
There's ebbs and flows.
There's ebbs and flows, and then there's awful creative, because look at what they're doing to Dominic Mysterio and Braun Breaker. How do you call yourself a creative team when you can't come up with creative for these two people?
Maybe Braun Breaker should go down to AAA. Apparently that's where Dominic is shining. Maybe that's where Braun can shine too.
Are you being serious?
What do you mean?
Are you joking, or are you being like, is that a genuine suggestion?
No.
Okay, good. Don't be. That's ridiculous.
I don't want Braun Breaker down in AAA, but I'm saying at this point, maybe that's his best option.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah, fair. I get what you mean. Like, they're so incompetent on the main roster that he'd actually be better off doing something down in AAA because of how bad they are on the main roster.
That's what I mean.
Fair. Like, they're idiots. This is getting beyond stupid now. And also, Braun brought them, like, asked for a meeting recently where he vented his frustration. Mm-hmm. So, like, when you have a guy like that who is clearly your future, like, talking about how frustrated he is, okay, like, I'm going to give them until Money in the Bank. After Money in the Bank, if Braun isn't either holding that briefcase or in a serious, like, feud, whatever, something has gone horribly, horribly, horribly wrong. Like, you're potentially destroying this guy's career.
Yeah.
So
just, like, disband division as well at this point. I'm bored of them.
But speaking of careers and careers finally being made, because this man has been after this for so long.
Gable!
Yeah, the Minnesota boy who actually gets a hometown pop. You know, Penta, in fairness, got a big old pop as well. That's because it's Penta, which is a little frustrating because I wanted the Minnesotans to be a little louder for Gable. They got louder near the end of the match, but like, we actually seen this match live at a house show in February of 2025 when we were in Amsterdam. And we were in Amsterdam. We seen this match live, and that's 2 SummerSlams now in a row where we've seen matches from that house show become SummerSlam title matches.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, because the first one was CM Punk versus Gunther, which last year became that's when Seth cashed in. We'd seen that earlier in the year, and then
if you don't know, go to a house show, because you might see, because that's where they test out people.
I would say when it comes to WWE, only go to house shows.
Yeah, at least then you could actually afford it.
Exactly. It's like, look, you get stories being told on SmackDown and Raw and that, but you're also paying out the nose. It's like, just go to house shows.
Just go to a house show.
But yeah, this match, It was a good match. Like, it was a good match. It was a solid match. It was always going to be a solid match with these two. They have good chemistry. I felt like it ended a bit early. Like, I thought that Penta would get out of that ankle lock when he eventually tapped. Like, I liked how he tapped once Gable locked it in and cinched it and like dropped to his ass. But I thought there was more to be done. But look, I didn't really mind too much. Gable got his title. Delighted for him. Everything that he's done this year, he absolutely deserves it. The family coming in and that was lovely. Like, I'm delighted that he got this. And then he had to do a stupid ad at the end with a root beer thing with this dog.
What was that about? I didn't realise that was an ad at first. I don't know much about football, but for a second I thought maybe it was some mascot for some local team or something. So I thought it was kind of cool. And then I realised it was an ad and I became furious. I was like...
As you should.
I was like, the fuck is this shit?
It was an ad for root beer.
You have to interrupt his celebration with a fucking ad. Is there like no limit to like what they'll do? Corporate fucking assholes. Anyway.
But the thing is up until now I had forgotten about that because the match was good and all that. But then, obviously, congratulations, Chad. Intercontinental Champion.
Yay.
Massively deserves it. Let's see where they go from here. That's all we can really say about that.
Yeah.
But the reason I'd forgotten about the mascot thing and all that was because of the absolute cliche that people say now at this point in wrestling, but when it does happen, it's worthy saying, cinema that happened in our main event.
Yeah.
Because I remember you said, obviously they were aura farming when they were coming down, and Roman especially with the long ass entrances.
He loves a long entrance.
Yeah.
You can go to the shop, come back, he'll still be there.
Yeah. He'll be doing his third acknowledge me, one to the sky.
Sniffing the air.
But yeah, we got eventually, like, the match finally started and we were getting into it, and it was just perfect.
So
like
good.
It was just like I think it was funnily enough, it was Bobby Roode and Michael Hayes that produced this match. They were the producers behind this match. So hats off to those two. I'm sure, I know for a fact, I'm not sure, I guarantee Roman and Seth obviously played a huge part in it as well. So, like, you can talk about the two producers, but there was really four producers in this, like, you know, because Roman and Seth are 100%.
They know each other well. They know what works.
They know each other. They know the lore. They know Mox, which we had nods to multiple times in this match. Like, you know,
I love how Roman always like narrates his matches.
Yeah,
and he'll like talk to you. He did that a lot with Punk, and there's always like footage later on where they use the sound or whatever, and they like quiet down the background noise, and you can hear what he says clearly. And it's really
he's
cool.
great at that. He's absolutely brilliant at that, and that's how he's come into his own with that kind of stuff. That's his kind of thing. You know, other people will do something similar, but Roman he does it with this attitude and swag where it's like, acknowledge that motherfucker,
it's
because
it's like watching a movie scene.
It is at times, yeah. And that's why people like to throw out that cliche of cinema, but this was wrestling storytelling done at its best, because the match was great. The outside spots were great when they were outside the ring. The shield bombs, like, which they love to call them, which it isn't a shield bomb. You need three men to do a shield bomb. Okay? Simple as. That's how a shield bomb works. You need one man one side, one man the other side, and then you need
disbelief.
Like that's where, like, do a lot of these fans forget where that comes from? Where Roman is in the corner doing his ooh ah. That's where that came from. That came from the shield bomb before he threw them through the table. That's where that came from. Like, that's the acknowledgement of, it used to be Mox on one side, Ambrose, Seth on the other side. Both of them had the person by each leg, lifted them up, and then placed them onto Roman in a powerbomb position, and all three of them then lifted and slammed. And just before they would place him on Roman to lift and slam, Roman would hit the ooh ah.
By the way, I really like how they did each other's moves. Seth did the ooh-ah spear, or tried to, but he missed.
Yeah.
And then Roman did the stomp.
Yes.
Or did he miss, or did he get that?
They both got. Do you not remember that Seth got a beautiful spear near the end of the match?
But he didn't do the ooh-ah beforehand. He only did the ooh-ah outside the ring, I'm pretty sure. Didn't he?
Did do the ooh-ah outside the ring. I can't remember, but regardless, they both hit each other's moves.
Yeah.
And they also hit Dean Ambrose's Moxley's stuff as well, because you saw Seth as he got hit by Roman, he fell out of the ring, caught himself, and then like pulled himself back in with the ropes, leverage wise. That's a Dean Ambrose thing. That's what he did. And as he came back into the ring, he went for a dirty deeds, got reversed, and Roman then hit the dirty deeds, which is Ambrose's finisher.
To be a fly on the wall and watch Moxley's reaction watching that match.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get words from him at some point, but because like he might not have even seen it yet. You know, like it depends. Like Renee Paquette probably would have showed it to him at this point, but seeing his. I'm sure he's probably just looking at it going like, oh, that's nice, guys. You know?
Yeah.
Because Michael Cole did throw out kind of a shady comment during the match or after the match, or I can't remember when it was, but he threw out a comment of like Roman and Seth like have like boosted the company on their shoulders. They never left WWE, blah, blah, blah. Like, it was just one of those where it felt like an unnecessary dig.
Yeah.
It was like, you didn't need to say that. There's no, like, Jon Moxley is gone and he's done his own thing. He's the ace of AEW and he's doing a phenomenal job. Like, and also, the stuff that Vince McMahon was making him do that made him leave.
Exactly. Don't be mad at the person who left. Be mad at the company who didn't keep them.
Yeah, that basically forced him out.
Exactly. You have to think about your own career, and you can't just keep doing the same shit and and expect the person to just do it with a smile.
Like the best thing that Moxley ever did was leave WWE.
Yeah, it was the best thing for him, and you should be happy for him. I hate those people who think everyone who left is now the enemy of the company.
It's ridiculous. And in fairness, most of the wrestlers don't think that way.
No.
Like the wrestlers know this is wrestling, regardless of where you wrestle. Like wrestling is the same everywhere. It's just production, and all that kind of stuff. WWE is like it's like the big leagues, but AEW is just. Maybe not as big a league, but it's up there at this point. Like, it's the second biggest promotion on the planet.
And I think it does piss off like some people in WWE, especially management, when wrestlers leave to go to AEW and they do better in AEW than they did in WWE, because then that just proves that WWE didn't know what to do with them.
Yeah, WWE Creative was at fault.
Exactly, because they were like, okay, so it wasn't the wrestler, it was you.
Yeah.
Because look how well they're doing now. Andrade is a perfect example.
Andrade is a great example. Moxley obviously is another great example.
Moxley's a great example too.
But yeah, getting back to the match, when we had Roman, like, because I remember I was obviously sitting forward at this point and I was very invested because I think me and every wrestling fan who's like followed the Shield from start to finish and everything and like knows the lore, you obviously have the Shield chair shot.
Yeah.
Which has been overdone like a motherfucker at this point.
Yeah.
To the point where that's what made this so good. Because you had Seth bring the chair in, Roman realised he was behind him, hit him with that uppercut, chair gets dropped, referee's bumped out at this point. The referee took a great spear, by the way. He absolutely got mangled and he was out for the count. Like, it made sense why he was out for so long, because he got speared into oblivion.
Yeah, fair play to him.
Yeah, exactly, fair play to him. But then, obviously, Seth then is like set up for the chair shot, and Roman brings in the chair, hovering behind him, and you can see him then struggle with the decision, which makes sense, because Roman he's been saying it. He's been like, I'm putting you in the past. I'm putting you, like, if he had hit him with that chair, it's just another acknowledgement of, like, that still gets to me. It's like, you betrayed me. Everything you did to me, like, it's your fault. You ruined us. You ruined what we had. And if he had hit him with that chair, it would have just nullified the entire match.
Exactly.
We wouldn't be sitting here talking about, like, that match goes from an A++ to like a C-.
Yeah, because remember you watching it going, don't hit him.
Yeah, don't hit him. Because if he hits him, it ruins it.
You're right.
And I was like, oh, fuck, he's going to fucking hit him. Mm-hmm. I was like, he's going to fucking hit him. Like, please, WWE, please tell me that you get it. Because that's what I wanted. I wanted them to get it. Mm-hmm. And I knew that Seth and Roman would, but I wasn't sure who'd have the deciding factor. Was it be Triple H? Would it be, any, like, of these incompetent humans who, like, don't seem to fucking understand what logic is? And then Roman threw the chair away. And once that happened, I was like, oh my God, guys, this is, like, this match is it. Like, this is Roman and Seth's story. This is the bow. Like, him throwing that chair away is the bow on their rivalry. It's just
It's
that
closure.
final, exactly, closure. That's the perfect word, because that's what was needed. Like, now we can move on. And then obviously wanting to get to pull heartstrings, and that, like, you have Roman hit him then with the spear. You get the 1, 2, 3, and you have them.
Retains.
Roman retains, yes. Roman Reigns retains. And then you have the two of them then lingering in the corners, and they're like both on their asses sitting down after what was genuinely a grueling match. It was a great match. It was phenomenal. It was very well paced, you know. And the two of them are just like, you can see them kind of, they're not getting massively emotional. Like, Seth looked a little more emotional, and Roman looked like he was trying to stay more composed, but you could see the two of them were feeling it and feeling the moment, because that probably is the last time they're ever going to be in the ring together. Like, Roman probably only is going to do this for another 2 years. He's probably going to transition to Hollywood and do his own thing, and there's no blame there. Like, look at what everything he's done for the last, like, 15 odd years, but everything that he's done genuinely for like the last 5 to 6 years has been absolutely phenomenal. The run he's had in these 6 years has been phenomenal. Like, he has been like a company in and of himself. He's been a business in and of himself. You know, like,
you could argue it's the most successful run anyone's ever had. Like, you could argue it's up there anyway.
Yeah, so yes, I agree. Like, obviously, business-wise, you have Hogan in the 80s and all that kind of stuff. But when you come from it from an aspect of telling stories, putting on great matches, and just consistently good work, what you just said, it makes total sense. This could be one of the greatest runs, or probably is one of the greatest runs in the history of WWE, especially WWE. Like, yeah, absolutely, because it's been like home run after home run after home run. Like, you know, even this, especially like what he's doing now, I've loved it. I know a lot of people are going to argue and they're going to be like, we don't need the bloodline again. Let's let it play out, guys. Let's see what happens, because there's more to come from that. There's a reason Roman is doing this all by himself. Like, we didn't get one bloodline interference. We didn't get one semblance of an Uso.
I would have lost my mind if they did.
It would have made no sense.
Ruined it.
But yeah, coming out of that was absolutely fantastic. That was an absolutely phenomenal match in what was, up until that point, an already very, very good pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It was a very good pay-per-view, topped off, and that's what you want your main event to be. It was a very good night of wrestling, topped off by just absolutely fantastic storytelling and wrestling.
Them standing in the ring with their fists together. That got me. And
then having the mask in the middle just to signify Moxley.
Exactly, yeah. And I wasn't watching it back then.
No.
So obviously it didn't hit me as hard as probably hit you, because you were watching it during the Shield.
Yeah.
And you loved the Shield.
The Shield were awesome. The Shield was so
I wish
cool.
I was around watching it then.
They were so cool. The Shield were genuinely so cool. Like, and the thing is, you didn't know who was going to be the biggest coming out of it. You could see that they were leaning toward Roman, but you could also see that Roman wasn't ready. You know,
so Moxley was the leader.
Moxley was the he was the leader by proxy, in the sense of he was the mouthpiece. Him and Seth would rotate that mouthpiece, but Mox, you could see, was that more of that kind of unhinged, kind of like wild one, where he would go off and he would like kind of.
But like, management wanted it to be Roman.
Eventually. Did not straight away, like, because straight away Roman was clearly the muscle. Roman was the big guy, and like he wasn't yet the big dog, but he was the big guy who was like hitting all, like, he was the one you'd be afraid of. But then every now and then, and the contacts then as well. But every now and then he would hit every now and then he would like do a line, or like not a promo, which would be like 2 or 3 lines, and they would be pretty cringe. Like, you know, this, and that's why that man deserves all of his flowers.
Yeah.
Because when you look back at starting days of, like, if you go back to FCW, Jesus Christ. But if you go back then to start of the Shield and that, like, who the hell would have thought that we would go from Roman Reigns in the muscle of the Shield to the tribal chief?
Yeah.
And the absolute, I hate using it, I hate the stupid word in modern day, but the aura that motherfucker just,
I say every time when he walks out at a PLE, I'm like, it's like a video game character. Like, he just glides down. I'm just like, how is that a real person? Like,
yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, you do say that all the time, and you are right. Like, the man is It's insane. But look, that was a phenomenal match. It was a phenomenal night of wrestling. I'm, as a wrestling fan, because that's the one thing that we would say we are. We're not WWE fans. We're not AW fans. We're wrestling fans.
Yeah.
Like, I'll follow Killer Cross and MLW. I'll follow, like, if ICP do something interesting, I'll have a look at that. Don't get me wrong, I don't really want to be watching Insane Clown Posse with Vince Russo booking, but, you know, if they do something interesting, I'm going to have a gander at it.
Yeah.
Shotzi, I'm going to be following her. Like, you know, I'm going to be following, like, TNA with the Hardys and stuff like that, seeing what they're doing for mine. That is WWE nostalgia for me, in fairness. But, like, all of that kind of stuff, like, I want to see everything. I want to see New Japan with United Empire and Callum Newman and stuff like that, and Saya Katami. Like, give me all of it. Just, if you put on a good storyline and you put on good wrestling, that's what I want. That's all I'm interested in. That's all you're interested in. That's what we want to see.
Yeah.
You know, the production value of WWE, yeah, obviously it adds to it at times. Sometimes it takes away.
Sometimes it takes away, you know, when they do every 10 minutes there's an ad. But, like,
yeah, well, that's horrible
that's annoying.
production.
But that was night 2 of
So-
SummerSlam. So what are we thinking for our turnbuckle rating?
I'll let you go first.
Okay. I'm going to be generous.
Okay.
I'm giving it an 11.
Okay. I had mine already locked in.
Okay.
And yes, I'm up there with you. Little behind, but I'm up there with you. I'm giving it a 10.5.
10.5. Okay.
10.5. Because it was a brilliant show. It was like, and here's the thing. We now know they can do it.
Yeah.
They can do it.
And that's why we get so mad when they don't do
Exactly. So look, guys, if you enjoyed it, this is a bit of a longer one because of it was such a good night of wrestling. We enjoyed talking about it so much. We went a lot longer. Usually our videos will be 20, 25 minutes, a half an hour at the max. So, like, hopefully you'll be back here for a Raw review tomorrow and all that kind of stuff. But hit subscribe if you want to join the booking team. And what do we always say?
It's only up from here.